From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport. And driven by Victor Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. It's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Seen this many cameras since we signed Tebow. Robert and I, after a series of discussions, have mutually agreed to part ways. And for me, this is a day of gratitude and celebration.
It's a historic day in the NFL.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, after nearly a quarter century as the head coach of the New England Patriots.
Does he go to the Hall of Fame with Brady the same day at 6-12? And the Patriots Hall of Fame?
I don't know.
They double down now?
Three legends in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Hanging it up.
Yeah, hanging it up. Well, we're not.
For now.
Belichick.
Four if you count Bill.
Belichick is not hanging it up because he's gonna coach again. I mean, even Kraft said it's gonna look weird seeing him in a cutoff hoodie with a different logo on the jersey, on the sweatshirt.
I'm going to California.
He's not.
I'm going to Atlanta.
I'm
going to Washington.
Definitely not going to Atlanta.
I'm going to Washington.
Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking?
Yeah.
I'm going to Philadelphia.
I guarantee it. I have a funny feeling we're thinking the same thing.
I'm going to coach the Rhinos.
I think there are two teams that are playing this weekend, and if these teams go south, I think those coaching jobs open up in Belichick.
Philadelphia's one.
Yep.
The other?
Dallas.
See, I thought so too, and I wrote about it in the Times of Wayne County.
I was going to say Buffalo. I was like,
they were talking.
If they lose to the Steelers, if they lose to the Steelers, I would not be surprised. And I almost want, I want us to write down, and we can't look at it. You got to write it down on a piece of paper who you think Bill's going to coach next year, and then we'll open it up when it's revealed and see who got it right.
Okay.
But we nobody can look at anybody else's. But I was thinking it's either going to, and I know that Philadelphia has a coach as of right now.
Chautauqua County native Nick Sirianni.
Hey, and Sirianni's okay, but Sirianni's okay. He had a great offensive coordinator, and then he didn't have a great offensive coordinator.
Sirianni has. He's got a heck of a GM, Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman's so good that when Chip Kelly, go ahead.
I can't when you do this.
How good is he?
I can't. I mean, it's so.
All right, you know what?
Danny's past.
No.
You got some Howie on your chin.
Come on.
When Howie Roseman hired Chip Kelly.
Yes.
Now
sir.
we're talking. This is 3 coaches ago.
Right.
Chip Kelly was the coach du jour. He was hired the same day, I believe, as Doug Marrone with the Bills. That's how far back we're going.
Yep. I was very upset because I was hoping the Buffalo would take Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly kind of wore out his welcome after 2.5 years. They fired him after 3. Roseman was the general manager. Kelly wanted more power. So Jeffrey Lurie splits the difference, and he tells Roseman, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay you like a general manager, continue to pay you like a general manager, because I don't want you going anywhere else. Let's give him what he wants. If he succeeds, I'll let you go do whatever you want. You can go be a GM anywhere. If he does it, though, I'll give you your title back, and then you'll have full control of the organization. Well, 3 years later, Chip Kelly fails, and he hires Doug Peterson, and all of a sudden, they grab a bunch of free agents, draft well, and win a Super Bowl. Then they scrap the whole thing, and now they go back to the Super Bowl last year. He might be the best GM in football, and a combination of him and Belichick might be deadly because Belichick he wants a team that's going to reload now.
Well,
and he's not a good drafter.
I don't think he wants to do a rebuild anywhere.
No, he wants a team that's ready to go now, right now.
Here's some of Belichick's. Well, we'll listen to it. I have the whole thing. It's only like 5 minutes.
Yeah, Kraft went about 6 or 7 too.
Yeah, I didn't grab any of Kraft, and then Kraft went back and talked to
Kraft went at 2:00 again.
Baltimore to the Baltimore. I was going to say the Boston.
We
were hoping
the
to
Boston Press
name the hire at that point, but
yeah,
It's not going to be any questions.
I think it's going to be Vrabel.
Vrabel's a hot. Well,
I think it's gonna be Mayo.
Diana Rossini
You think
today.
I think it's gonna be Mayo.
Diana Rossini from the Athletic told Colin Cowherd today the reason they believe Vrabel got fired from Tennessee was because when he went back to New England on the bye week and got inducted to the Patriots Hall of Fame, he said, "Man, it's really special here." It was almost like we're not good enough at Tennessee, and that was the beginning of the end because he didn't get along with the GM. So I think it may be Vrabel too, but Gerard Mayo has made a strong case. I'll tell you who it ain't going to be. It ain't going to be like O'Brien. It ain't going to to be McDaniels, and it ain't going to be anybody else like Patricia.
I have 2 theories.
All right.
Mac Jones, Nick Saban. They bring Nick Saban in. He failed in Miami, but he can resurrect. And then I also think Belichick, wild card goes to Bama.
Really?
Won 6 in the NFL as a head coach. Wins a couple national titles.
That's a wild card theory.
That'd be wild card theory. Why not?
Wild. That's like Elon Musk Mars type stuff.
The Saban to the Patriots, not so much, but I think Saban's
because I think in Alabama he's going to get his full control.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell he wants.
But here's the problem, though.
He's not a good. What college kid's not going to want to come play for Bill Belichick?
If Saban's retirement really makes sense, and here's why: Roy Williams, Jim Boeheim, and Mike Krzyzewski all left within a year of each other. Now Boeheim went kicking and screaming like Ron Burgundy, getting played off the Emmys. I'm not finished, but the NIL stuff and the transfer portal makes it recruiting a 366-day-a-year job.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
All right? And I think Saban's like, the hell with it. Dabo Swinney won't even do it at Clemson. He's like, oh, I'm just going to recruit. I'm not going to even participate. And I think Saban's like, I'm too old for this crap. You think Belichick's going to go learn new tricks in Tuscaloosa?
No.
They'll come to him. They come to Coach Prime. Why would they come to Bill Belichick?
Yeah, and how'd that work out for Coach Prime?
Well, Coach Prime
this year.
Yeah, but
it's 1 year.
Hang on now. They had won one game the prior year. And I think most of those 8 losses were by a touchdown or less.
No, there were some games where he got a
couple, but majority were not. And that's kind of a quick rebuild for a team that had 1 win, Danny. 1 win.
Yeah, that is impressive. But the first game of the season, he's like, now do you believe?
Well,
now do you believe?
Okay,
who's the best coach in college football? You're looking at a mirror. You're looking at
people don't like confidence. They don't like confidence. We talked about this last time.
I love Dion, but you can't go in like that.
I'll tell you what. He's the only guy who could go in. You don't want to be the guy after the guy. You never do.
No.
You don't want to be the guy to come in after Saban. You just kind of don't. Unless you're Prime. Because he's that confident. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Or you're Bill Belichick.
You're going to be Belichick.
Yeah, I don't see Belichick.
I don't either, but I
don't see Belichick going.
Wild card.
Oh, it's definitely wild card. It's a fun thing to theorize.
Oh, yeah, it's a wild card. The Bills are going to beat the Lions in the Super Bowl. There's a wild card.
The Bills aren't going to beat the Steelers.
I'm worried about that.
Peter's worried, too.
Yeah, oh, stop it.
Peter has no nails left.
All right, here's a little more of
Start with Robert,
your boyfriend,
his
Bill.
family. It's great.
At the end, though, I think he started to cry.
To be head coach here for 24 years.
I was sitting there going, wait, he's starting to cry.
It's an amazing opportunity. Received tremendous support.
Huh?
We
He's
had a
sick.
vision of, building a winner, building a championship football team here. And that's exceeded my wildest dreams and expectations. The amount of success that we were able to achieve together, through a lot of hard work and, contributions of so many people. So I'm very proud of that, and I always have those great memories. I'll carry with those with me the rest of my life.
Sure you will.
And of course, after Robert, thanks to assistant coaches, I've had so many great coaches here. They've made my job much easier.
I thought he was very
long list, but
contrite.
The media too.
Yes,
that was my favorite.
Yes, that was my favorite part as well, because he was always somewhat cantankerous with the media, and he wouldn't say anything.
Except on Fridays. He was actually pretty fun on Fridays.
Well, it depends also on the questions. I think somebody said that he asked about somebody asked him about a Bon Jovi song, and he gave an 8-minute answer on a Bon Jovi song, but not about the next opponent.
Staff, it's an amazing staff.
I want to get to the point where I think he's crying. Anybody, when you were fired, you've been fired. Laura, you've been fired?
No.
Never been fired.
No. I've been laid off.
What?
Laid off. I've been laid off, but yeah.
Do they say we're letting you go, or what do they say?
Yeah, they
that's
called
fired.
me out, but
I think Bill got fired, by the way. There was 1 year left on this contract. I mean, they could say amicable all they want, but I think he got fired.
Oh, yeah, he got canned.
And, made my life a lot easier, or I've made theirs a lot harder, however you want to look at it. But that's,
Did you ever shed a tear when you got fired?
And, of course,
Me?
a great deal of thanks and appreciation. Win games in the NFL.
No, I didn't.
I've been very fortunate to coach some of the greatest players that have ever played. Some of the greatest players that have ever played for the Patriots.
Were you ever fired from anything?
Many more are going.
For what? Verizon or something?
How long any of the players
were you really?
You weren't fired as an intern at CMF?
No,
I tried hard.
I respect the way the players come to work here on a daily basis. All of them.
How they treat their body?
Well over 1,000. but their ability to work, prepare, train, in the weight room, train their bodies.
Freaking brutal sport.
Meet, rehearse over and over again, what we need to do things right to be successful, to win.
So brutal they excuse steroid use.
I have so much respect for all the players, and certainly we've had, many that have been here for a long time and, had great contributions. And
so far, no cracking.
At this time,
so when he talks about the fans,
great thanks
I
to
hear
the
his
players
voice
and,
crack.
To the media, for you guys,
That's my
I don't
fault.
know that anybody's got more
Recording
coverage than.
Well, it's going to happen 3 more
than I
times.
have, or we have in the past 24 years. Meet with you guys a lot. Respect what you do.
Here's the media.
You're a voice to the fans.
You believe it?
Even though we don't always see eye to eye all the time, most of the time, but not all the time. I do respect what you do, and finally to the fans. The fans here are amazing.
Here we go. Here's voice here.
There's so many memories of the fans, the send-offs, the parades, the Sundays, whatever the situations are, the letters of support, seeing the fans, away from here, to gas station or a grocery store, where you just bump into them. Patriot fans here, and not just in New England, but they extend nationally and even internationally as I've traveled. It's amazing how far the.
I mean, he didn't go all the way, but you
can tell with the voice inflection.
I thought so for sure.
He was sick because Bob Kraft said, "I'm not going to kiss him because he's sick. He's got a cold."
I got to being sick.
Don't hate the guy. Don't hate the guy.
I'm not hating the guy. I love that he showed a little
emotion.
Sure.
He's not a robot.
I can't wait till he comes to Buffalo and cheats.
I was going to say
Destroys
he's a
that
cheater,
entire organization.
but no, he's not coming to Buffalo.
Well,
Buffalo hates him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not if he wins, you don't.
Winning forgives everything. I don't think he'll be in Buffalo, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's in Philly.
Atlanta's a big favorite right now. Philly.
Yeah, I know Atlanta is, but here's why I say no to Atlanta.
Zolak, we're talking Dallas.
They don't have a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback. That's exactly right. And I don't think that Bill wants to go through a rebuild or finding the guy or, his picks out of college haven't been great.
No. Now, if you read the Times of Wayne County Sports section.
Atlanta, because he has
no
full
one
control
does.
there.
One of the predictions, wild and crazy predictions, was Dallas. And the reason for Dallas is, he's already talked to Parcells about. Parcells and Jerry had an amicable parting of the ways. But the one thing Jerry's really good at, or actually his son Steven is good at, is picking players. They know how to draft over there.
Yeah.
It's almost like they found Jimmy Johnson's draft book and figured it out. The problem is Jerry wants to coach. They have opposite problems. Jerry wants to run the team and be the owner. Belichick wants to run the team and be the head coach. But if you have a good general manager, good head coach, hey, look, how long is Belichick going to be coaching at 71 years old, right? So if you want to go out and win another Super Bowl, say, hey, Brady, I tied you in rings. Dallas might be the perfect place to do it.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is another one because you got a weak leader right now.
It's funny, too, because I think a lot of times there was the whole debate, who made whom? Was it Brady making Belichick or Belichick making Brady? And Brady made a really smart pick, a surprising one, I think, for a lot of people to go to Tampa. But that was a team that had a lot of weapons and a decent defense, and he saw all that. And he went there and he fit into
Wasn't his first
system.
choice, though, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
His first choice was Miami.
I don't know if it was. I know that got blown up, but I keep hearing different things about how. But I don't know. I'm not. Well, how will we ever know, right?
Well, it was documented in the Flores lawsuit that he wanted to pair up.
They wanted that.
Yes.
But that I don't know that was. I think he was going to get. Wasn't there talk of ownership or something?
There was talk of that too.
Yeah, I don't. Well, either way, the choice to go to Tampa is certainly the right one. We can look back and see that you get a Super Bowl your first year. But the coaching stuff is incredible because they were even. I was going back today and reading some articles on the Athletic, and they were talking about how they would just come up with a whole new defensive scheme that teams couldn't even figure out because they hadn't seen it. They hadn't seen it on tape. They hadn't seen it anywhere. They hadn't.
And they would do it every game.
And that's all coaching. That's all brilliant coaching. And their defenses have always been strong and sometimes overlooked, but strong. So we'll have to see. If a man cries at something like that, is that weak or strong or?
No, I think it's showing gratitude for the community that supported him for the 24 years, even with all the cheating. Sorry, Kevin.
With all the cheating, wasn't there just? Well, no, they talked about Deflategate. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Spygate.
Spygate.
Yeah.
How many coaches did the Bills have in that 24 years? It had to be.
We could do a whole we didn't start the fire about
I think it was
Greg Williams.
3. I think.
Well, no. Wade Phillips.
Yeah.
Wade Phillips, because he started in 2000.
Yeah.
Wade Phillips, Greg Williams, Mike Mularkey, Dick Geron, Chan Gailey, Doug Marrone, Rex Ryan, and Sean McDermott.
7-year anniversure of McDermott today.
8 coaches.
8 coaches.
8
so
head
I
coaches.
went each one 3. I said they averaged 3 years. I was going to guess 8.
Yeah.
Because I was just going.
I don't think McDermott's going anywhere, though.
No, I don't think he's going to go anywhere either. But if they did, I mean, boy, there would be a lot. If they lose Sunday, there would be a ton
to a third-string quarterback
bitching about it. I don't think they will either.
No.
I really don't.
And why would Philly's coach leave?
He may not. I don't think he would leave. I think that if they lose to Tampa Bay in their game, and is that Monday night?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the Monday night game. If they lose Monday night, I wouldn't be surprised. Philly, they don't mess around. They're business. I mean, they're all about basically business.
I mean, they were in the Super Bowl last year.
I understand that, but he lost his offensive coordinator after last season, and that seems to be the difference. And so you kind of go, well, if it's not you, and we're not, and you don't have, and you're not picking the right people to replace.
Lost his defensive coordinator too.
Yeah.
So I mean, he picked some great coordinators, but now he's in a pickle. He's in a pickle. And a lot of people aren't happy.
And he went down quick this season, right? All of a sudden, you get to the kind of the tough part of the season, or the most important part of the season.
Yeah, they beat the Bills, and then they went in the toilet.
But almost.
They should not have beaten the Bills.
Right.
Yeah.
No, when I texted Kevin this morning about Belichick, he's like, "Tell me something I haven't known since week 8." And so I said that the Bills are we're going to be the second
undercover story.
I know.
Wait a second. You went on and on about Bill's not going anywhere. He's staying.
Yeah.
I had hoped that he wasn't going anywhere, but everybody's known he's been gone.
How many shots at the basket do you want? You said on this program that
several. He's not going anywhere. Bill's not going
that
anywhere.
was wishful thinking. I was trying to
whiteboard
it.
We're trying to manifest it.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
It's been since Germany that they said he's probably gone.
Yeah, they have said that. All right. Well, now he is. And we wonder where he goes next. Chargers, to me, the most attractive current open job. Philadelphia makes the most sense to me, and I don't know why.
Because all the pieces are there, and they're young.
Yeah, it does. And they're young.
They're young.
Staying on the East Coast.
He doesn't have to do it very long. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. And Philadelphia's a town that would welcome Belichick.
Oh, my God.
That is... that's Boston, Pennsylvania.
Yes, it is.
I don't think the Chargers are all that attractive. Their defense sucks.
Do they?
Their offense sucks.
Yeah, their
whole team sucks.
Their defense is going to have to retool. They believe that Herbert may have regressed. Now, he's going to need a real, offensive coordinator to really help him. And that kid from Dallas that came over, what's his name? He didn't do much with him at all. Yeah. So
Josh McDaniel ain't going to help him.
No.
Because I'm assuming that wherever he goes, Josh goes.
Oh. You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think so. I think that's the case. Where's Bill going to find other coaches that are going to coach like him in that same like-mindedness?
And his mullet son and the other one with the broken
leg.
Well,
the Suns will probably definitely go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll take a moment. I know it's a lot of football talk, but this was a historic day and a historic names, right? Yeah. Over the 3 when you're talking about the the most winning coach in look, Belichick replaced Pete Carroll.
Right.
Right? In New England. And then Pete goes out and wins the Super Bowl and is the winningest coach in Seahawks history. Should have won two. Should have won 2. And then, God, why you didn't hand that ball off and run it in, I'll never understand. I will never understand that. You had Marshawn Lynch. Mm-hmm. Why you wouldn't have run that in? Beast mode, baby. That would have won that. That would have been 2 Super Bowls for Seattle and 1 less for New England.
No, they call it pass play on the goal line.
Yeah, they did.
I watched a dude lose $500 on that play in front of me. Son of a bitch! I'm like, what happened? I just lost $500 because I couldn't run the damn ball. Guy sitting next to me, I'm like, oh,
where was this?
Oh, I was at my brother's house at the time. Guys,
the only thing I could think is that everybody knew they were going to run the ball, but still, it's fucking Marshawn Lynch.
It's Marshawn Lynch. Yes, I know.
It's like not giving the ball to Mike Alstott at the goal line.
Right.
It's like not doing the tush push.
All right, we will take a moment and then we will talk to Peter, and Peter will break it down in little black and yellow, black and yellow. That's what we'll do. Hey, this weekend, looking to go out, do a little date night, Cobblestone on Main. They have something new over there: the salmon BLT.
Ooh,
tomato bacon jam on this. mixed greens, garlic aioli, and toasted. Excuse me.
They toss it to you from the
kitchen? Yes, they do. They throw it. They drop back like Josh Allen, and they hit
the salmon.
Yeah, just like a seal in your mouth.
If it's Josh Allen, it might go the other way.
Toasted brioche roll, and it's a salmon BLT. Sounds delicious over there.
Yeah.
You can sit at the upscale bar, get a nice craft cocktail. They have a whole winter cocktail menu. It's perfect, right? Snuggle up in there. Then they have, of course, wines that are perfectly paired with all their fare there, and they have some of the best shareables. We love the tater tots and the nachos that don't go soggy. Mm-hmm. They don't go soggy out there.
They're the best there.
Yeah. And you can get the Reuben nachos. Have you had that?
No.
Oh, Cobblestone on Main. Check it out. It's right there at 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster. That's 109 West Main Street, Cobblestone on Main.